Hi there, Anna. So we've got a task 2 from you. This one is about international marketing, and you're supposed to discuss both sides of the issue and give your opinion. Let's see what you did with that. Whether or not international marketing has more positive influences than negative ones is a moot point. While some people argue that it strongly impacts on and even invades in some countries, others hold that it is beneficial in terms of economic development and cultural exchange. I am almost in favor of the latter opinion. Okay, let's take a look here. There were a couple of areas that were a little awkward. Look here, it strongly impacts and even invades some countries. Others hold that it is beneficial in terms of economic development and cultural exchange. I don't understand this almost in favor. What does that mean, I'm almost in favor? Do you mean that you're kind of somewhere in the middle? So I'm a little confused. If that's what you're trying to say, then I would rather you say something like, while there is some validity to the former point, on the whole, I am in favor of the latter opinion. Okay? You could do that, and that would be fine, because this didn't make sense to me. I am almost in favor. All right, let's see how you developed it. It is true that global marketing may negatively impact the countries which have been invaded. Careful with this word invaded. Invaded means that they've been invaded like by somebody's army. So you don't really mean that. I think you mean something different here. The countries which have been affected, targeted, marketed to, something else, okay? The immediate result might be the loss of employment and the degradation of local industries. Why? That's an important thing for me. How is that an immediate result from global marketing? That's the kind of thing you absolutely, if you say it, you must support it. In the long run, the overwhelming foreign business force would change local people's mindset, resulting in the forgetting of values and perspectives of their own culture and even abandonment. Okay, abandonment of what? Their own culture? Careful, all right? Okay, moving on. However, it is undeniable that global marketing also brings many benefits, and that world business cooperation and cultural communication have reached the highest level ever. A great many economic zones have been established worldwide, which certainly brings economic benefits for local and international business. Individuals also enjoy the greatest convenience in terms of goods and services. Consumers can easily access products from, careful with your typing, any other countries, as well as global purchase. I think you mean in addition to global purchase. In addition to global purchases, international tourism studying overseas are entitled, have enabled, is what you mean here, have enabled more people to experience exotic life in other cultures. Yes. Oh, okay. Even though some people are concerned about the loss of cultural diversity, in fact, increasing number, AN, one word, and then increasing number of people start to value their own language and culture after comparing the similarities and differences between national and foreign ones. And even some of them consider introducing their own culture to foreigners as their mission. Careful, we don't start sentences with and in IELTS. It's considered bad form. So yeah, well, you might hear people do it in spoken speech, or you might even see it somewhere written online or what have you, but it is not a good idea to use this in IELTS. Okay. In this way, an individual culture could be well facilitated? Perhaps this is what you mean. Could be well facilitated to spread, and acknowledged by other nations, which might be the ultimate solution for a peaceful world, I think you mean. For, not of. My view is that the advantages of international marketing outweigh its disadvantages. Valuing and protecting local cultures and meanwhile selectively learning from foreign business and ideas could be the best way to strengthen the identity of a nation in this globalized world. Okay, let's see. Here's my feedback about this. I'm getting the sense from this essay that you don't necessarily understand what is meant by international marketing. It felt to me like you were talking more about globalization rather than international marketing. There is a difference. If you're not sure about it, do look it up and see what that difference is. Yeah, I felt like you were really talking about globalization and about international trade and this sort of thing, but not global marketing. not international marketing. Let me see. This is where you were supposed to be talking about international marketing's negatives. It felt very underdeveloped. You used the word invaded, but you didn't give me any real information as to why they might be invaded. Okay, here perhaps. I still think you should have developed it a little more. It needed more information, needed more development. I also have to tell you that generally we support a 4-paragraph structure, not 5, where in the first paragraph you've got your introduction, the second paragraph you've got the negatives like you did here, and then here you have the positive side, and then obviously the side that you agree with, that always comes last. So 4 paragraphs. Essentially, you should have somehow combined these two, and then definitely increased this one in size and development. So 4 paragraphs is what I would do. Let's see. Okay, so that's essentially it for me. There are 2 areas here that are somewhat problematic. It's your task achievement. I felt like you were talking about something different than what the essay actually asked you to talk about. You were talking about globalization, whereas the essay is really dealing with something else. And then I wasn't really a huge fan of this 5-paragraph structure. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that you can't write 5 paragraphs, but typically, like I said, we do recommend using 4. Grammar was good. I found very few mistakes. You use some nice grammatical structures. I see some modal verbs. I see some relative clauses. Were there some mistakes? Yeah, there were a couple, but nothing too serious. Overall, your execution of grammar was good. Vocabulary also, no real problems. Easily access. Let's see. This is fine, have been established. Let me see. Ultimate solution. So yeah, there was enough. There were enough areas of the vocabulary being nice and appropriate and higher level that it was a good job. Like I said, I would try to write these again using 4 paragraphs, not 5, and also really developing this more because it felt underdeveloped. So basically it felt very, very, very heavy in this area and not enough in this. And this, I can assure you, will affect your task achievement. You really need to try to give both of the sides equal attention. Okay, and that's probably the biggest problem here. So you've got a lot of nice elements to your writing. I'd like to see more of it. I'd like to see how we can work with you to make sure that you're getting the score that you deserve. So hopefully we'll see more of your essays. Take a look at the online course, take a look at the essay correction packages, see what works for you best, and I hope we can see more of your essays in the future. Okay, good luck.